Hi everyone, I'm Liz and welcome back to Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. Cannot figure out how to even start this video because I have so many things to share with you guys and to talk about. Hi. Welcome back to another Flosstube episode. I'm Liz and I'm here to talk to you about everything that I have been doing the past 2 weeks, which has been so much. I hope everybody's having a good summer, a good end to summer. I know kids are going back to school here in Austin. They go back next week. My nephew Andy, who is my sister's middle son, he starts kindergarten, which is going to be adorable. He's so excited. He's like ready to be one of the big boys and join his big brother, which Charlie's going into second grade and he thinks he's like, upperclassman now. It's really cute. So it's still 1,000,000 degrees here, or like 103 every day at least. And we're breaking all kinds of records for most consecutive 100-degree days in a row. I think we're up to like almost 30 consecutive days of 100-degree weather or above. So it's been real hot. And speaking of hot, we went to Las Vegas for a quick little 3-day vacation in the last 2 weeks. And supposedly it was even hotter. It was like 105. But it's so much drier that it does not feel as hot. So like, honestly, it felt like a little bit of a break, even though it was still like pizza oven temperatures. But it was fine. So yeah, we went to Las Vegas to, just have a little vacation and to celebrate with my sister and her husband. It's their 10-year wedding anniversary. It was on August 3rd. And, they decided they want to go to Las Vegas. They know how much we love Las Vegas. So yeah, we just went on a quick little trip and ate a bunch of really good dinners and went to a show and hung out by the pool all day, did some stitching, did a lot of knitting. Really happy that I got back into knitting. And I started a new knitting project that I took with me on my trip that I'll show you. And I've just been making lots of things since I got home. What else has been going on? Oh, I attended Friend Stitch. That was last Saturday, last weekend. So I've got my Friend Stitch box of goodies that I'll show you. And I started one of the projects. And Common Threaded Stitcher. Okay, so I talked to you guys last video about Common Threaded Stitcher. And we are in the thick of it. I'm filming this Sunday morning. So this is the last day of Common Threaded Stitcher weekend. Big thank you to anyone who kind of participated, posted photos, interacted in the comments with everybody, or maybe watched a live. So I got on live, I think it was Thursday evening, to start a freebie that was generously provided by JBW for Common Threaded Stitcher weekend. I'll show you that in a minute. And on that live, I decided, I guess, to tell embarrassing stories about myself because that's like my default when I can't think of things to talk about, because that's always funny. It's just to embarrass yourself. So if you missed that, I did post it on my Instagram page. If you just scroll through my photos, you'll see a picture of me sitting in my room talking. So that's the live. And then on Friday night, Liz Matthews and I had planned to do a live together where she was going to go through some haul that she had gotten from her LNS. We were just going to talk about Common Threaded Stitcher. Oh, we talked about our trip that's coming up to the attic in Phoenix. And Liz posted that live to her page, so anybody can go watch it now on her Instagram page. So they were a lot of fun. In case you're looking for more video content of me and Liz Matthews. It's out there. Speaking of the attic, so the attic needlework is in, I think, Mesa, Arizona. It's in the Phoenix metro area, and it's just a very famous cross-stitch store known for their samplers. They host summer school and Bristol weekend. They have retreats and things. And it's just a store that Liz and I have always wanted to go visit. And so after our Nashville needlework market trip where I went and helped Liz with her room, we were talking about wanting to do like a friend girls trip where neither of us, like where she doesn't have to work, basically, where it's not like a retreat that she's teaching at or market where she's working. We just wanted like a fun, relaxing weekend, and we decided let's go to Phoenix because they have the attic. It's really easy for both of us to get to, direct flights. We found a fun hotel that has like these little 2-bedroom suites, and we're very excited to just go have a stitchy weekend. And then also Jean so nicely asked us if we would like to do a little meet and greet at the attic. And we were like, yes, oh my gosh, yes, we'd love to meet and chat with other stitchers. So I think she's going to be putting that in the newsletter in a couple of days. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm on the newsletter list. I haven't gotten it yet, so it hasn't come out yet. But that'll have all the details. So if you're local to like the Phoenix area and the attic is your LNS and you want to come by, I think that's going to be Friday, September 15th. I'll correct myself on the bottom if I don't have the date right. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be like the afternoon of Friday the 15th in September. So I'm very much looking forward to that stitchy trip, and I'm ready to buy all the things. Anytime I watch people do like recaps of their visit to the attic, whether it's for a retreat or just for fun, I'm like so jealous of all the beautiful fabric and silks that they buy. So I'm going to kit something up in silks. I'm going to buy some fabric. I don't know if I'm going to buy any 46 or 56. I've thought about it, but I'm really happy just stitching on 36 and or 40 most of the time, so we'll see. I'll look at it though. I don't even think I've ever looked at 46 and 56 count fabric in person, just because I don't know if any stores around me sell it, or if they do, I just haven't looked at it. So we'll see. But yeah, okay. I feel like I've talked a lot and I have a lot of projects to show you, so I'm going to get into it. I have 2 fully finishes to share with you. And the first one is a cross stitch fully finish, which I'm really happy about because I haven't been fully finishing things lately, like in a year lately. I feel like I used to finish things and then just like immediately fully finish them. And my box of cross stitch finishes is so full because I just haven't been fully finishing my stuff. I mean, I framed a few things. I have done a few, but just not with like the regularity that I had in previous years. But I had, I had finished my Brenda Gervais wordplay for August, and what day is it? August 13th. So I figured it was time to fully finish it. And you might notice the 10 is not up there because I wanted to show it to you. So here is my fully finished August wordplay. So cute. I stitched this, let's see, on a 36 count Wren, I believe, and I used most of the called for colors. I gave all the details for this in my last video, or 2 videos ago when I finished it. And so I finished all of mine the exact same way, on mounted kind of as a flat finish, and then I put a washer on the back. And the reason I'm not displaying this on the tin is because E6000 takes a long time to dry, and I just put this on this morning, and so I don't want to put it on the magnet and then have it like rip the washer off. I want to let it dry for like 24 hours before I try to mount it like on the tin. So anyways, just a really simple flat finish, and I have filmed myself finishing these multiple times. If I can find a link to one of the videos, I'll put it in below, but just a very, very simple little flat board finish on mat board that I get at Hobby Lobby or Joann's. What else do I have to say about this? Okay, so I mentioned that I finish all of these the same size. Let me show you. Oops, knocking stuff over. This is what the tin looks like, which I'm sure you've all seen because it sits behind me and I talk about it all the time. And so I finish all of these word plays to the exact same size. And I guess I don't know that I've ever looked at the stitch count of every single one of them to confirm that they're the exact same size. And I only realized it with August because August is a different size than everything else. And I cut my boards out to the same size I do everything before I noticed. And luckily it still works. I'll show it to you again. But August seems to be shorter and slightly wider than the other ones I finished. August is the 6th one I finished. So the other 5 that I've done, which was like June, February, December, like random months, they've all been the same size. But this one is different. Luckily it still worked out, but now I realize that I should probably check the stitch count and actually measure before I just start cutting out these boards to make sure they're the same size. So I'll just hold these up together so you can see August, the stitching on August just doesn't take up quite as much space vertically, and then it's a little bit wider than I think the June one is, but it still turned out super cute. I made it work. This lady's just a little close to the edge, and August is just a little close to the edge, but I think it still looks great. I did realize while finishing this one that this is now the 3rd one I have used kind of a yellow fabric for. I just think it looks really nice with a lot of these because a lot of these use similar colors like heirloom gold and those kind of colors. So like April, I used a yellow fabric. Which one is this? March, I thought for sure I would use a green, but I actually really liked yellow. This is the last one I did a few months ago. And then I have February and I have December. So very, very excited. I have 6 of these done now. And I have 6 more to go. And then I'll have a complete set, and then they all just sit right here in this tin. I got the tin at Hobby Lobby. They don't make it anymore. I'm sure they have something similar, but I've never been able to find this exact one again. It was like a recipe box. And what else do I have to say about that? I think that's it. I just have a bar magnet. I do the kind of Priscilla and Chelsea method where I have this bar magnet on the tin and then everything gets a washer so that it can stick on there. But I'm not going to stick this one because it's still drying. So that is my cross stitch fully finish. Yeah, I think I gave you all the details. Why do I feel out of practice? Okay, so my second fully finish is a quilted item, and it is my seasonal Stitchy Stars table runner. So I showed this to you guys as quilt blocks last time, and so since I saw you last, I got the quilt top made, and yesterday I took it to Over the Top Quilting, which is my local long arm quilt studio. I got it quilted, I bound it, it's done, and I love it. It turned out so, so cute. I did the summer colorway. Hopefully that's in focus there. She has, let's see, winter, spring, summer, and fall. So I did the summer because I just love the colors and I don't really have a very like summer specific table runner. I have Halloween and Christmas, but no summer. So that's what I did and it's done. Oh, let's see. So cute. Let's see if I can get it all in. Hopefully I have time today to take some cute pictures of these, of this table runner, and then I'll put them up here so it's easier to see. But, yeah, I just think this turned out so freaking cute. I talked about it in my previous video. I did find some of the blocks challenging, and, some of the instructions I felt like were vague. One instruction that I thought was missing, I did email Fat Quarter Shop and they pointed out it was just in a different spot. So that was on me. I still don't think this should be like your first project if you're a beginner, but you know, if you're feeling adventurous, give it a go. It's beautiful. I decided to modify mine. The pattern includes 7 blocks and that makes it like 79.5 inches long. So that's like a really long table runner. And so for my dining room table, I wanted it to just sit up on top and not fall over the edges. So I shortened mine to 5 blocks and mine came out, I think 59.5 inches. So almost 60 inches is how long mine is. and I love it. Let's see, let me show you the quilting detail. I took this with me to Over the Top, and this is the only thing I brought, and they have a 2-hour minimum. It only took me like an hour and 15 minutes. But since I had 2 hours and only this to quilt, I was able to quilt a lot more densely than I normally do, because that takes a lot of time, and this is just a table runner, so I knew it wouldn't take too long. So I chose a Baptist fan pattern and quilted it pretty small. And the other reason I wanted to quilt it densely is because I wanted this to lay really nice and flat. And I think heavy quilting keeps your quilt like really flat. Less quilting makes it makes it a little puffier and a little softer. A lot of quilting is kind of makes it denser, flatter. Like I wouldn't quilt a couch, like snuggle quilt this densely, I don't think, because I don't think it's like a soft snuggle, but for a table runner, it's perfect. I used, let's see, Berry Basket by Moda, or from Moda, and it was designed by April Rosenthal. And I did everything else is called for. Oh, the only thing I had to modify actually was this little dashed border. So because I took 2 of my quilt blocks out of the layout, it changed the dimensions of the border. So I had to do a little bit of math and finagling to make sure that my border still met and had space and, you know, looks right. If anybody else is modifying theirs and has questions, like email or DM me and I'll try to remember exactly what I did. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how this all turned out. And then for the backing of it, I decided to use the rest of, well, not the rest, it didn't take all of it, but I had 12 fat quarters of the Berry Basket collection because I'm in the Fat Quarter Shop Moda Fat Quarter Club, and they send you 12 fat quarters a month. And so Berry Basket was one of my monthly shipments, and so I had 12 fat quarters. And I used 4 of them, or 5 of them. I used 5 of them for the blocks. So, well, 4 of them for the blocks and 1 of them for the little dash border. And so then I had 7 fat quarters left. And so I cut up the rest of these fat quarters and the other ones I hadn't used. And I just did like a very scrappy, colorful backing with all the other fabrics from Berry Basket. So super happy with how that turned out. And then I added a quilt label to it right there. And so these are from Sweetwater Co. and they iron on. And so what I did this time, instead of attaching it after I'd quilted it, since this is a table runner and it's small, I felt like it would be more noticeable on this than on a lap quilt to see the top stitching. And so I decided that since it was a table runner and I would have more control when quilting it, I might be able to like place my quilt label in a good spot. So I just ironed it on to the backing where I thought it would be, you know, at the bottom, but not too close to the edge. And then I just quilted right over it with the long arm machine. So it's ironed on and then quilted on. And yeah, just super, super happy with how this turned out. Oh, and the binding is from the Berry Basket collection. It wasn't one of my fat quarters. I actually ordered a half yard of this separately so I could bind the quilt in that little honeycomb. Gosh, I think it turned out so pretty. Okay. That is my seasonal stitchy stars. Oh, and just like spoiler alert for the end of the video, Fat Quarter Shop did send me another copy of this pattern. So I'm going to give away a copy of this seasonal stitchy stars at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. Okay, so let's get into whips. Where do I want to start? Okay, I'm going to start with Love Boat Sampler, and I really feel like I've lost the front page of my chart, so I just keep having to put in the picture. I only put in like maybe a few hours on this, but progress is progress, so I'm going to show it to you. I think I just worked on this literally the day I filmed my last Flosstube, and then I haven't worked on it in a couple weeks, but here it is. I got started on this boat and worked more down here, and I really want to finish this one semi-soon. I'm still trying to stick to my Whip Go goals, so that's kind of preventing me from working on everything I want to work on But I mean, I want to work on my whip go goals too. But you know what I mean. So this got just one day, and I'm sure it'll stay in the rotation for a while because I want to get it done. So I am stitching Love Boats on 36 count Charlotte's Pink by Weeks Dye Works. And I am doing my own floss conversion that I have posted on my Instagram page if you're interested. And yeah, I'm stitching this as a stitch along with Shiloh, X-Stitch MD, and Elizabeth from Frizzy Lizzy Stitches. And we started this at Stitch North in April. So I want to have mine done. So that's Love Boats. Oh, and Love Boats is a chart by Ardith Design. I think I forgot to say that at the beginning, but hopefully I showed you the picture. Ardith Design, gorgeous. Okay, the next whip I worked on before our trip was my Peace on Earth sampler by Cottage Garden Samplings. And this is one of my August whip go goals. And the goal for this one was to stitch on it for 10 days. I've only done 4 days, I believe, so far, because I basically just worked on this up until we went on our Vegas trip. And since then I've been stitching on other stuff. So it's the 13th. So I probably need to get moving because I have this and I have a whole other whip go goal for 5 days to get done too. So this will be heavy in the rotation for the next 6 days probably. Okay, let me show you where it's at. Here is my progress. So I completely finished that big center basket of flowers. Oh, I love it. My goal for my 10-day goal, my goal. So this project is going to get 10 days in August, and my personal goal is to finish the whole top half, meaning like everything, like the border, and then the little, there's like a reindeer and like a little tree. So basically I want to finish that whole top half and maybe get started on the over 1 words or rechart something else. I really don't like stitching over 1. I can't do it sewing method. I know there's a way to do it sewing method. I've watched tutorials. I have not figured it out. So I have to like poke and stab to do over 1 stitching. And sometimes I need a hoop for it to kind of stretch my fabric out. This is 36 count, so I don't think I would have to use a hoop. I would probably just be able to do it in hand, but just poke and stab. But it's so slow and fiddly, and I feel like my stitches never look nice. So I have considered trying to rechart this verse that's over 1 into something else, but I don't really have any good ideas about what else. Basically the quote says, "I heard the bells on Christmas Day, the old familiar carols play and sound," and why don't I know this? I can't read it. "And wild and sweet the words repeat of peace on earth, goodwill to men." Anyways, it's, you know, the Christmas carol. The bells on Christmas Day, Christmas carol. So I could maybe look up another line, or I could shorten it and chart it over 2. Like maybe just, "I heard the bells on Christmas Day," over 2. I don't know. I'm considering options, but maybe I'll just break down and stitch the over 1. Either way, I am stitching this on, I believe, 36 count, Picture This Plus Ren. I think I looked it up last time. And I'm using all of the called for overdyed flosses. And yeah, I have 6 more days to stitch on this, so really hoping I can get this border all done and get these 2 motifs in. I think that's plenty of time in 6 days, so we'll see what happens. But that is Peace on Earth by Cottage Garden Samplings. Okay, so next up is a new start. Both of these are new starts, these next 2. And the first one is the Common Threaded Stitcher 2023 freebie from JBW Designs. So Kia B created Common Threaded Stitcher. And so this year for the Common Threaded Stitcher weekend, she wanted to feature a designer, a fabric dyer, and like a maker of like cross stitch accessories. And so she reached out to Judy Whitman of JBW Designs, Brandy of Bestitch Me Fabrics, and Kelly Stadola of That's So Kelly Co. And Judy provided this beautiful freebie for everyone in Common Threaded Stitcher. Even if you didn't participate, you can still get this freebie. And all you have to do is go to the Common Threaded Stitcher Instagram account, and I will link that down below. while you're there, just give it a follow. But you can also click the link in the bio to download this freebie. And so I got this started. I decided that for my Common Threaded Stitcher weekend, which we were all kind of treating like a little personal at-home retreat, I was like, I need a new start. And I got this started on Thursday night on Instagram Live. And it's so, so cute. I forgot to bring my chart in here with you. Otherwise, I'd show it to you. Well, actually, I have pictures. I'll put it up. So here's what the design looks like, all finished. And here is what mine looks like, almost finished. Yay, so cute. I love the little stocking and the little like village scene. So I am stitching mine on 36 count fabric. And this is from Etsy, and it's called My Vintage Needle Arts. I'll link it down below, and the color is called Cactus Flower. And I bought this as an option to use for my Love Boat sampler when I was buying like all the pink fabric. So I love pink and red. Obviously, everything I do is pink and red, I feel like. But anyway, so I picked a pink fabric and I picked a red thread, and I think I left it over there, but it is the Gloriana Schoolhouse Red. And I feel so not dumb. I feel so bougie using silk on just like a very simple little Christmas ornament, because it's not necessary, but I love stitching with Gloriana, and I had just a couple of basically of little strands, like 8-strand lengths left, because I had used the Gloriana on like a all red sampler, so I had just a little bit of it left, and I knew it would be enough to do this ornament, so that's why I did it with silk. It's not necessary. Just pick your favorite thread. Judy's model was stitched with red on a cream fabric, and I'm sure you could do any combination you wanted, but I just love the red thread on this pink. And my goal was to get it done this weekend, so I have a few more hours this evening to make that happen, and I really just have a couple little motifs down here. This is a very, very quick stitch, so yeah. And I'm actually really excited about the finishing. So I really want to do this in a stocking shape, but as like a hard board mounted ornament. And I haven't really done a shaped ornament other than like I've done like an arch shape or a circle. So I'm kind of excited to do this one. So hopefully I can film that whenever I do that. Maybe it'll be in the next couple of weeks, or maybe it'll be the week before Christmas. Who knows? So yeah, stitching this on 36 count with 1 strand of silk, and it's absolutely beautiful. And another big thank you to Judy for kindly providing a freebie that everyone can enjoy. I will link it down below. I also wanted to shout out Brandy from Bestitch Me, who created a custom color of fabric for Common Threaded Stitcher Weekend that is now available to order on her site. I will also link that down below. It's called One More Reproduction, I believe. I've already ordered myself a fat quarter in 40 count, and she very kindly offered a fat quarter for me to give away in the Instagram live that I did with Liz on Friday, so gave that piece away. But it's a gorgeous color of fabric, and I'm really excited because I've actually never used Brandy's fabric, and I think the only reason why is that stores that I've been shopping at in person, I haven't seen it. I tend to like to buy fabric in person, and then once I've seen it in person, I'll buy it online because I like know what the color looks like, you know, stuff like that. But I had to order the One More Reproduction, so I'm very excited to try out her fabric because I know people love it. So yeah. Oh, and also That's So Kelly Co. She was doing giveaways all weekend long on her Instagram account, and has just some wonderful products. She makes these really adorable little floss drops, and she donated a set of Christmas ones for me to give away, also on Friday with Liz. So big shout out to Kelly, and I will link her shop in the description box below. Oh, and before I stop talking about Common Threaded Stitcher, I just wanted to give a big shout out to everyone else on the Common Threaded Stitcher team that is led by Kia B. So that is Becca of Sambry Stitches, Ymir from Almond M&Ms, Sarah from Memphis Sarah E, and Liz Matthews from Hello from Liz Matthews, and me. And I will have them all linked below as well. They all have excellent Flosstube channels, Instagram pages, all kinds of fun stuff for you to follow. So Yay, happy Common Thread Stitcher weekend. Okay, let's talk about Friend Stitch. I have one more whip, which is a new start, and it was one of the projects in the Friend Stitch Halloween pop-up gathering. So this year, Friend Stitch decided to split their retreat, like they're kind of online, it's an online retreat. They decided to split it into two different gatherings, and they were themed. So the first one was the Halloween pop-up. The next one that's coming up in a month or two is stitching themed. Both of those sold out pretty immediately. So the next available Friend Stitch will be next fall. So if you want to be notified about upcoming Friend Stitch retreats, if you like the sound of what I'm about to show you, follow Heart and Hand and Bent Creek on Instagram, and they post about signups as they start approaching, and you can like mark your calendar, etc. So that's my tip for how to find out about Friend Stitch. Go follow Heart and Hand and Bent Creek. Yeah, so one of the designs that was in the box is this little crow with pumpkins, this little cutie. And this was all fully kitted up, and so I brought it with me to Las Vegas, and I started this next to the pool. And here is how far I got on my little crow. And yeah, super cute. So this is stitched on 28 count flax linen and all of the called for over dyed threads that were included. I love it. I don't normally stitch on 28 or 32 if I can help it, but this was fully kitted with finishing supplies, so I wanted to do it exactly as the chart called for, and I mean, they gave me the linen and the threads, so might as well use them, right? They even had a needle in here, so it was really just like ready to take on a trip. So that was one of the projects, and let me show you, there was like some finishing supplies that went with it. Sorry. This is the box. They like mail you this box full of goodies. All right, let me start at the beginning. I feel like I'm going all over the place. So Friend Stitch was created by Heart and Hand and Bent Creek, the three ladies who run those two design brands. And it is an online virtual retreat, and it's very much presented as kind of like a class style. And because everything is virtual, there's not a lot of interacting directly with the other participants except through the group chat and Facebook group. But when you're on the Zoom, you couldn't have like 400 people talking to each other because that would just be chaos. So it's us kind of watching presentations and learning new skills, and there's videos and just, I don't know, it's just really fun. It was like 3 hours. It's great. They mail you a box full of goodies. They mail you a box full of goodies that make me giddy, apparently. And I'm going to show you what was included, which I'm going to start with that crow. So let me find the other parts and pieces. So all of the stuff for the crow came in this cute little paper bag. Okay, so basically it came with a hoop and a backer for finishing. So if you see in the chart, it's finished as a little hoop finish. So it gave you all the supplies to do that. And that's another reason I wanted to stitch it on the called for with everything called for, so I could do the little hoop finish. And then there's also finishing instructions in there with everything. So they did go over briefly some of the finishing instructions in the class, but there's pictures and step-by-step instructions for how to finish this in the hoop. So very excited about that. Also, they did a really fun thing where, so these are the little custom, this is the Friend Stitch logo, and they had these made, and most of them just have this like wood back, but one of them was painted gold. And so like in the class, like in the retreat, they asked everybody like who got the gold one, because then they won a prize, which was a lot of fun. I did not, but that's okay. Okay, so first, besides the projects, we got all kinds of fun like Halloween candy and Halloween like accessories and toys. And we also got a really nice tote bag that I'm realizing I don't have with me because I brought it with me to Las Vegas to tote all of my cross stitch supplies out to the pool, and it worked great. And so there's usually a few projects in each Friend Stitch box. This one had 3. And so I showed you the crow, and then there was a guest designer for the Halloween gathering, and it was Amy Brecken. And She was so much fun. I never met Amy before. I had heard her name, but I wasn't super familiar with her designs, to be honest. And they're so cute. She does a lot of stuff for quilting and applique and cross stitch. And she designed a chart for us for Friend Stitch, which is a super cute little witch on top of a pumpkin. And the other awesome thing is that all three of the designs use the same floss list. Not all of them use all of the colors, but they all use the same floss. So all three of these projects came with the floss. Like, the floss that came with the box is enough to do all three of these projects. So really handy. I don't know if I brought the floss over. I think it's still... Anyways, I was using it for the crow. But, yeah, here is Amy Brecken's design. And then the kind of big design that from Friend Stitch is called Happy Halloween. And it looks like this. And it's so cute. I absolutely love the kind of like friendly Halloween look. Personally, Rob, my husband, loves like scary Halloween stuff. And so sometimes I do stitch that for him, but this is like my personal style. It says, big and small, happy Halloween to all. And my favorite is the ghost pulling a cat in a wagon. So yeah, so we got a floss ring with enough floss to stitch this, and this. And it's great. So yeah, that was Friend Stitch. That's my whip. I'm hoping to have it finished up pretty quick. I don't really want to put it away when it's like basically halfway done. It's so small. So it'll just take another day or two of stitching. So hopefully I'll keep this one out like at my coffee table so I can get that finished up sometime soon. And yeah. Yay, Friend Stitch. I highly recommend it. If it's something you've considered and wanted to do, I mean, it's just a lot of fun. And you get a fun box of goodies in the mail and sit on the Zoom with everybody, chit chat, watch classes, and just have a good time. Oh yeah, one of the other things in the box was one of these little honeycomb decorations. Gosh, I used to remember, I feel like we always had these in school, right? In like elementary school, the teachers would decorate with these and things. And so this was like flat. You just like, you know, open it and push it together and it becomes a little pumpkin. And it's so cute. And I'm going to set it out with my Halloween decorations. Okay, so that's all the cross stitch that I worked on. I also did some sewing, just basically finished the table runner top, quilted it, but I also made a little bag in the last 2 weeks. And I made a bag because I needed something to take a small knitting project with me on the plane. And I got online and basically looked up some drawstring bag tutorials. I have made tons of drawstring bags, but I can never remember exactly the right steps. Like, I always have to look at a tutorial for the like how to insert the drawstring and like how to sew it so that it does everything nicely, if that makes sense. I don't know. But they are so fast to make. I think this took me like 30 minutes last Friday night because I just impulsively was like, I want to bring socks with me. I want to start a pair of socks and bring them with me on our trip. And so I needed a little bag to take it with, to take everything with me. So I made this little drawstring bag. It's so cute. And it uses Ruby Star fabrics, of course, that I love. And then the lining is actually a little black cat fabric. And I wish I could remember your name, but some lovely lady sent me a few different fat quarters of fabric that have black cats on them. We have a black cat named Diego. And basically it's like this particular fabric is cats doing household chores, and one of them is laundry and there's socks. And so I was like, it needs to be the lining of a sock bag. I'll show you the inside there. They're so cute. So anyways, that was my like 30-minute fast and easy project bag. I read through a written tutorial to remind myself basically how to do the drawstring portion, but I really want to make a bunch more of these, and I might film myself making one if anybody's interested, because it's like, so let me tell a story. That's all I do on here is tell stories. But okay, I'm back. My memory card got full, and then I got really panicked about where it cut me off, so we'll see what happens. I was talking about this drawstring bag. Basically, I was just going to tell a silly story about a time where I made a ton of these little drawstring bags as like gift bags. And it was because one of my best friends hosted like a Christmas cookie exchange where we all came over with like a dozen cookies for every participant, exchanged cookies, chit-chatted, had some wine, right? The whole thing. And I am not like a baker or somebody who really likes to cook or make food. I don't know. I'm just not good at it. I don't like to do it. And so I was like, oh, what am I going to make? Everybody's cookies are going to be so much better. So I really didn't want to spend all the time baking. And so instead what I did is I made puppy chow, which is that like Chex Mix, peanut butter, powdered sugar. I think they call it Muddy Buddies too. We always call it puppy chow. Anyways, I made everybody a very generous portion of puppy chow in a Ziploc bag, and then I made everybody these super cute little Christmas drawstring bags to put it in, so everybody got like a little drawstring bag of puppy chow. But everybody else brought like beautiful, delicious cookies, and I think everybody was like, why did you bring us these fabric bags full of puppy chow? I'm sure people liked it. I don't know. But I was like, because I like sewing and I don't like baking. But I still want to be invited. So anyways, I love making these bags. And now I want to make more. But I'm like, I don't need probably 100 of them. I need to make them as gifts or something. Anyways, this is the bag. Do we want to see the socks that are in the bag? Because the next topic I have is knitting, because I have been knitting so much since I last saw you. Okay, well, let's see. I'll show you what's in the bag, but spoiler, one of the socks is already done, so I have a finished sock to show you in a second. Here is the yarn that I am using. It is by Madeline Tosh, and it is called Gemini's Twin, and it's their sock yarn. I don't think this is still available, this color, because I bought this literally, I think, in 2012. But super pretty speckled sock yarn. And I think it was my last video I had or maybe 2 videos ago, I had shown you guys some little mini skeins from Sweet Georgia Yarns that I had gotten in, and I was like trying to figure out what to do with them. Well, I decided to pick 2 of the colors, the pink and the blue, and do some fun contrasty things on a pair of socks. So I have one of the socks done, and here it is. Let me get my face out of it so it'll like focus on the sock. Oh gosh, it's so cute. So obviously I used the big skein for the main body, and then I decided that each sock was going to get a contrast cuff, heel, and toe. And then because I had 2 colors, I wanted to stripe in some of the other color. And now I haven't knit in forever, and when I was knitting socks before, I never really did contrast toes and heels. I always just did like one color all the way down. So I wasn't sure how much yarn it actually took to do all the little contrast pieces. So what I decided to do was that for this sock, it would get pink on the cuff, heel, and toe and blue stripes. And then the second sock, which I'll show you here in a second, is going to get the opposite. So blue, cuff, heel, and toe, and then pink stripes. So I'm just super excited about it. I started this last Friday night and took it with me on the trip. By the time we were on the airplane on Sunday, I was knitting. I had like done the heel, or I started the heel on the plane. And then on the rest of the trip, I basically knit all the way down to these stripes. And then when I got home, I figured out the stripes and the toe and got it all finished up. This is my first set. This is part of haul, but this is my first set of sock blockers. And they're not big enough. And I did pick the size that said it worked for my shoe size, but these are still not quite big enough. I talked about this a lot on my Instagram live on Thursday, but I have huge feet. I am 5'10", so I am a tall lady, but my feet are a size 12, and they have been a size 12 since 7th grade. It's super fun. So anyways, apparently I should just buy like men's sock blockers, I think, because this is not quite big enough. You can see how like it's, not tight all the way through. And I don't I've never blocked socks before, to be honest. I used to knit a ton of socks. I've never blocked them. I just wash them and wear them. And the only reason I wanted sock blockers is because I wanted to be able to put them on this to show you in videos, because I've been watching a lot of knitting videos lately and they always show them on these super cute sock blockers. But gosh, those ladies must have smaller feet and daintier feet than me, because this already looks huge. So I can't even imagine what the sock is going to look like in a blocker designed for my foot. Anyways, giant feet problems over here. Yeah, that is the first sock I finished. And then yesterday, or the day before, I think it was yesterday, I got my second sock started. And here it is. Oop. So as you can see, it's going to have the aqua cuff. It got the pink stripes, and yeah, I love it. I thought this was going to be my favorite color combination, like with the pink cuff, but now I think I love the aqua with the pink stripes even more. So they're going to be so freaking cute. This like matched but kind of mismatched sock set. Yeah, so I'm really, really happy. Okay, let's see. I gave you the sock details. Let's see, do I remember? I'm pretty sure I'm stitching or I'm knitting with a US 2. I cannot remember the millimeter off the top of my head, and these needles aren't marked. The pattern I'm following is the top-down vanilla magic loop sock by the Crazy Sock Lady, and I watched her tutorial on how to do the contrast cuff, heel, and toe, because there are some tips and tricks to making it go a little smoother. So I'm really happy I watched that. Normally, back in the day when I used to stitch socks all the time, I keep saying stitched instead of knit. Sorry, you're just going to have to understand that I mean knit. Back in the day, I used to only knit socks on double pointed needles. I just found that easiest. I had done magic loop, and I would sometimes use magic loop for other purposes, but I don't know why. I just liked double pointed needles. But I just felt like for traveling, it would be easier to just have one circular needle and not a bunch of DPNs. And it would be less likely for me to, lose a stitch by the DPNs falling out. So yeah, that's why I was like, let me just do the magic loop. And I think I'm hooked. I think magic loop is going to be my new favorite way. I have seen that people stitch socks now, knit socks now on 9-inch circulars. And I don't know why. That seems crazy to me, but it's so popular that I kind of want to get a pair of 9-inch circulars and try it out, but I don't know if I would like it. I have kind of big hands because I have big feet, so I have big hands. And I don't know if trying to hold a teeny tiny little 9-inch circular would be comfortable for me or not, but I'm going to try it out because they seem really popular. So yeah, I think that's all I have to tell you about my socks. I do have the other sock blocker. I just got those on Amazon. I think they were maybe like $10 or $12. If anybody else has recommendations for sock display boards, I don't know. I've seen those wire ones. I didn't really find them on Amazon though in my size. I don't know. Anyways, that's my socks. I'm really, really happy to be back knitting. I have bought more sock yarn that's on its way to me. I have some yarn in haul. I'm knitting again. I'm fully knitting again. And I'm really happy to be doing so and have like a cute little portable project. Oh, actually, so yesterday when I was at the Long Arm Quilters, I like to do the computerized pantograph. So the computer, I set it up, and then the computer does all the work of actually quilting this, and I just have to babysit it. And so while I was standing there chit-chatting with everybody at the quilt store and, hanging out and watching my machine, making sure everything was happening correctly, basically what I did is I just hooked this on my wrist and had my sock in my hands, walking around just knitting a sock while I was quilting, chit-chatting. It was great. I had my friend Judy take a little video of it, so I'll put it in right here because, I don't know, I just thought it was fun. So I got some knitting done while I got some quilting done. I did also stitch just a tiny bit. Knit, not stitch, knit. I did also knit a tiny bit on my rocket tee, which is the short sleeve sweater that I'm working on while I got my nails done. But it was honestly just like 2 or 3 rounds. And so I didn't even bring it in here to show you guys, but still working on that t-shirt, and at some point I'll have that done. So I think that's all the crafting that I've been up to the past 2 weeks that I have to share with you. So I'm going to move into a little bit of happy mail and a ton of haul. So yeah, let me get organized for that. Okay, so the Fat Quarter Shop sent me some of their new goodies, including, like I mentioned earlier, the seasonal stitchy stars. So let me show you what's new at Fat Quarter Shop. They have You Are My Sunshine, which is a very beachy summer themed cross stitch chart that's now available. They have the latest installment from The Chicken Club by Lori Holt, and this is Edna. Super cute. And then they have their July stackables, and I absolutely love the lemonade, the popsicle, the little watermelon. These are like my faves. So this is the super cute July stackables. And those are all available now. I'll have links in the description box below to everything. They sent me a couple of quilty things. So this is a new pattern called Upbeat, which is designed by Jocelyn for It's So Emma. And it's super pretty, super complicated looking, but very like, you know, patchworky, scrappy. It's very cute. It's called Upbeat, and it comes in a bunch of different sizes, all the way up to a 90 by 90 queen. So lots of good sizes. And then they sent me another copy of Seasonal Stitchy Stars. And I am going to do a giveaway with this one because I just stitched mine and I love it. And if one of you guys would like to try this out, let's see, let's use Lori Holt's name. So just use the word Lori Holt in your comment somewhere, and you will be entered to win a Seasonal Stitchy Stars. Quick giveaway rules. You must be a subscriber to the channel, like the video, leave a comment with the keyword, and you can be located anywhere. This is a lightweight pattern, so I'll mail it anywhere in the world. So yay, enter below for that. And then they sent me some of their new Mad for Plaid project bags. And these are all in plastic. Am I going to take them out? I'll take out one of them. Give me a second. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep or give these away. And so I don't want to like open all of them because I feel like they look nicer still in their package if I'm going to give them away. But here is what the Mad for Plaid bags look like. And Fat Quarter Shop and I think Shepherd's Bush both have designed different things that you can stitch onto these bags, which is super cool. So this is a new shade called Pumpkin. And the bag is 10.5 by 13, and then it's 3¼ inches deep because it does have like a flat bottom, so it can like stand up. So that's what the bags look like, and these are some new colors. So this is Pumpkin, and then I think you can see through this plastic. This is Lilac, super pretty purple. And then this one is Burlap, which is just like, you know, a brown neutral color. So those are super cute new bags. And I definitely don't need all of these bags. I have so many project bags, so these will probably end up in a future giveaway. Thank you so much to the Fat Quarter Shop for sending me all of the new goodies. Links to everything will be down in the description box below. Okay, let's get into the haul. I showed you the sock blockers. I got those on Amazon. And while I was on Amazon, I got, let's see which side is open. I got a new clapper. So I think I picked up this from watching Lori Holt's videos several years ago, or maybe it was somebody else. I think it was Lori Holt. But those wooden clappers that you like set on your seams after you press, I'm just addicted to it. And I've only had one for the last few years, and I was like, I really need a second one. So I found this one on Amazon, and I think it was only like $9. They could be pretty pricey because it's like a big hunk of wood. But look how cute this one is. It's got a little sewing machine engraved on it. And it's got like a ruler on it. This is a smaller one. This is like a 9-inch size. But when I'm like chain piecing and I need to press like a whole slew of like little pieces, it's so annoying to just have one clapper. So my other clapper is like a full 14-inch, so it can do like a 12-inch block. But I figured for my backup one, it could be a little bit smaller just for like all the little pieces that I'm pressing back to back. So yeah, anyways, I got this. I'll link it down below in case anyone's interested, but Super cute. Happy to have another one. Okay, and then I needed some binding for my table runner. So I needed to place an order for that. And then while I was there, I decided to get a piece of this fabric, which is from the Lisa Bonjean Primitive Gatherings Christmas collection that I showed you in my last video. Can we see it? It's up. No, it's up on the shelf above. But I showed you that fat 1/8 bundle. So I decided to go ahead and get a yard of one of the coordinating, of one of the prints in the bundle. So this will probably be my binding fabric. I just wanted to make sure I had this because I don't know when I'll make a quilt with that bundle, but I didn't want the fabrics to sell out by the time I made that quilt. So I just went ahead and bought a yard of this to use as binding for whatever quilt I eventually do. And then I bought more of the zipper charms. Let me take these out of the package because they're so cute. And I've bought way too many of these. Like every single project bag in Flosstube is going to have a little zipper charm. But look at these Halloween ones. Look how cute they are. Like this little skeleton man. Oh my God. And the little pumpkin, the pumpkin head. These are both Kathy Holden for Moda zipper charms. I absolutely love this little skeleton man and all his little dangly body parts. Probably shouldn't say dangly body parts. Yeah, anyways, I keep buying these. I've bought 8 different Christmas ones. I've bought a Halloween set. I just bought a bunch more Ruby Star ones. Somebody stop me. Yeah. Super cute. Okay, so that was my haul from Fat Quarter Shop. What else do I have? So much stuff. Okay, my Moda Fat Quarter Club came in, and this is the Favorite Things Petite Fat Quarter Bundle. And this is the new kind of Christmassy themed collection from Sherry and Chelsea for Moda. Love this collection, so really happy to have this little Fat Quarter bundle in my stash. I am running out of places to put things. I feel like I've been gone a month with the amount of stuff I have, and it's only been 2 weeks. And it's all fabric and yarn right now. I have more fabric in here. So Quilty Love. This is where this package is from, Quilty Love. If you don't follow Emily Dennis on Instagram, you really should. She is a quilter and she designs quilt patterns and she has an online shop, and she was offering these low volume fat quarter and half yard bundles. So let me just pull it out. I don't know that she has any of these left. I think they might be sold out, but let me hide my eyes so it'll focus on the fabric. This is the half yard low volume bundle. I talked to you guys last time about how much I enjoyed doing low volumes on that Madeline quilt, and so I just had to buy. I mean, these are all so cute. So anyways, very happy she offered this and happy to add more low volumes to my stash. Oh gosh, okay. This is getting embarrassing. The rest of the yarn for my blanket came in. I showed you guys that blanket I'm knitting and how I needed one more skein of every color to finish it. So some of the colors that I couldn't find on Eat Sleep Knit, I found directly on Madeline Tosh's website. And this is their Farm Twist, which is, I think their Twist Merino Light, just 2 strands of it is Farm Twist, so it's a worsted weight. Absolutely gorgeous. And Honey, my lovely sweet Honey, where did I put it? She also wanted some yarn, so she opened the bag for me by just eating plastic. I'm glad I got to it before she actually got to the yarn. She didn't ever actually puncture this bag, but oh my God, I cannot leave yarn around that cat, apparently. Oh yeah, I think this also came from Fat Quarter Shop. I forgot. I got a new package of Bosel, the double-sided fusible, because I love to use it for project bags and any bag projects, basically. So I got a new package of Bosel because I'm out. And Connecting Threads. So I think I've mentioned them before. They are a really great website, and they make their own fabric, but then they also sell Moda and other fabrics that you know. but their fabric is actually really good quality. My mom has ordered a quilt kit for them. She did my dad's quilt out of a quilt kit from Connecting Threads, and I've ordered backing fabrics. I've ordered lots of stuff from them, but they were having a really big sale and they had a bunch of quilt kits on sale, and I really wanted one. I found one I wanted. So it came packaged up like this, and let me show you the pattern. So this is what the quilt is going to look like, and these are all the fabrics included, and it's from their Cheery Farmhouse line, right? Is that what it's called? Cheery Farmhouse 65 by 78. Oh, the fabric is called General Store. So this is their line called General Store. And it does very much remind me kind of a Lori Holt style, you know, kind of vintage small florals. I just thought it was so cute. And I really liked that quilt block, and I liked the size of the quilt and the price. I mean, I think this entire quilt was like around $50 or $60, which for a quilt this size and all this fabric, that's like a really good price. So the biggest piece of fabric in here, I don't really want to take it all out, obviously, is like the background fabric, and then all the other little pieces of fabric are folded up that you need. So I don't know when I'll start this, but I was really happy to add it to my stash. So if you haven't ever checked out Connecting Threads, go give them a look and sign up for their alerts for their sales, because they have some really, really good sales. Okay, I think we did it. I think that's all the haul. That's a lot. I need to slow my roll, especially before I go to the attic and buy all of the cross-stitch things. Yeah. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope this was a fun one for you. It was a fun one for me to film because, I don't know, I just had so much fun stuff to share. And I should be back in 2 weeks with another fun-filled video for you all. So I will see you then. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!